Hello. Alright, we all know what the YouTube algorithm is capable of. Sometimes it can bring our channel to the next level, and most of the time, it squashes us like a little bug. And I think when it comes to the YouTube algorithm, most experts claim it is easy. Get a good thumbnail, get a good title, get a topic that is trending, increase your audience retention, increase your click-through rate. And we have heard those sayings over and over again for many years. But no one actually shows how that works in a much larger context. So today, let me show you how I understand it and how those claims all kind of work together. Alright, we start off by first understanding what our target audience is. Who is going to watch your video? Who is interested to watch your video? This target audience is not going to be just who you want to target, but you also need to have some relevance to them. If you want to target financial viewers, but you don't have that expertise, then you most likely would struggle if you choose that path. So what this means is you don't just choose a target audience, but you also need to know why and how you serve this audience of yours. So for me, my target audience has always been those seeking self-improvement and personal development and wants to make more money. The reason I chose them is because one, I've always wanted to talk about personal development because that's what I think separates a successful and unsuccessful person. And two, I know anything involving money and personal development often has one of the highest eCPM. And that's how I basically started. I've always targeted high eCPM over high views because I do not want to end up in a situation where I'm getting hundreds and thousands of views, but eCPM is only 10 cents. I'd rather have high eCPM, $8, $10, $20, than work my way up in increasing my views long term. This has always been my strategy. So now I know who my target audience is. I know this audience will bring me the right eCPM I'm looking for, but what value can I offer them that makes them want to listen to me? Now for this, it gets a little bit difficult. If you are already a certified expert in something, say real estate agent talking about real estate, then you're good, you have the advantage. But for those of us who don't have that luxury, we need to come up with an angle, and for this, you need to experiment around with different topics and ideas. For my situation, I started experimenting with all sorts of topics. I created motivational videos, I created career videos, I created side hustle videos. I started talking about how I save money, and none of them worked. Until one day I got frustrated with YouTube and started complaining, and I saw a bit of traction. My usual views of 30 to 50 views suddenly went up to about 200, 300 views. Still not a lot, but it is a jump and it does say something. And that's probably how I got started with this niche I am in right now. But even if it does gain traction, it still has to relate back to what my original target audience is. If you find yourself in this situation, you will need to come up with angles that will suit your target audience. For me, it has to be high eCPM. Is talking about how to run a YouTube channel high eCPM? Well, yes, at least in the education niche, it can talk about making money, and these two are the keys to high eCPM. What about my target audience? Well, growing a YouTube channel is a side hustle. It requires long-term commitment, which means constant personal growth and development. And I strongly believe what you learn on YouTube can encourage you to do things out of your comfort zone. So yes, I may not be a YouTube growth expert, but I can use that angle to talk about side hustles and use myself as growth. It will suck at first, but once my channel grows bigger, it will all make sense, and I just need to have patience. And that's basically how I started in this niche. It doesn't mean I have to stick to this niche all the time, but if I ever want to try different topics, I'll go back to experimenting, identifying what works, cross-checking it with my initial goal, and then take it from there. So that is why experimenting is important. It helps you decide on something that works for you. But the next phase is where it gets a little complex and involves more analysis. Once you have a system of experimenting topics and niches, you now need to also learn to experiment what gets you clicks and what your target audience wants to watch. And this is where YouTube experts mainly talk about, and from what I gathered, you are really testing three things most of the time here. You need to test your thumbnail, you need to test your title, and you need to test different video styles. Let's start with thumbnails and titles. Obviously, these two are meant to improve your click-through rate. Now, this is where it gets controversial. Most people would say it is the thumbnail that determines the click-through rate, and even YouTube thinks so. But I disagree. For me, I think the title is the one that gets the click. But again, this is because that's how I see it. But the thing is, there's absolutely no way to measure this unless, of course, YouTube removes the title completely and only shows thumbnails to viewers. So for that, the thumbnail and title both play a role in increasing click-through rate. Hence, these two needs to be measured as one. Hence, when you test this, you always need to assess both the thumbnail and title. When a video has higher than average click-through rate, you can start analyzing what makes it so great. For thumbnails, it could be the contrast, the background, the overlay text, the face. As you can see, it is not easy to assess what works, which is why for me, I tend to minimize the amount of elements I have on my thumbnail. Otherwise, I don't know if what I'm testing is working. But that is just me. I suck at thumbnails and creativity, but I do feel good about the way I test. Plus, YouTube has A/B testing these days, so make sure you use it for even better testing. For titles, it could be that the topic is trending, it could be the way you word it. I always see titles as news headlines. It is what's used to take things out of context in order to intrigue the viewers with curiosity. For example, you may have a video called How I Made $1 Million, or you can have a video called How I Made $1 Million at 25 years old. Or you can have a video called How I Made $1 Million in 1 year. They are all the same kind of video, but it has a much stronger click-through rate if you know how to use more impactful words. And there's always a pattern to it, so see if you can identify it and repeat it. So that's how I see thumbnails and titles and how they help in getting clicks. But once they do get the click though, your video needs to be able to keep the viewers watching. And so your video style is what's gonna decide the audience retention rate. So for video style, a few things you can consider here. Video length, talking head videos, highly edited video, B-rolls, lighting. Here, I can't comment much, but all I can say is, again, test different video styles if you can. I have tested a lot of this when I first started my channel, probably my first 100 videos before I came to what I am using now. There are some viewers who often say my videos aren't engaging enough, but what I can tell you is a video like mine that is not edited that much, they tend to outperform those that are very well edited. So like I said, the video style you end up with has to fit your target audience, and you need to experiment to find out what that is. Sometimes I spice it up a little. I try something different from time to time, like this video here. My past experience is that this type of video doesn't do well, but we will see. But anyways, this is pretty much a high-level overview of the approach you can use to grow your YouTube channel. I do not have concrete proof, but the belief here is the YouTube algorithm will push your video if your video covers a hot topic, if your click-through rate is high, and if your audience retention rate is high. Again, I don't know if that is true, but there's nothing else for us to go by, so let's play along with it. Keep experimenting with different topics to cover trends that might work for your channel. Keep experimenting with thumbnails and titles to improve click-through rate, and keep trying different styles and find which has the highest retention rate. There are also other things to test, such as repurposing videos into YouTube Shorts, or increasing upload frequency, or launching your video at different days and times, but that's way too much in this video, so let's leave it at that for now. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I know there are a lot of YouTube channel experts just babbling on about how easy it is to increase these metrics, but honestly, it takes a lot of testing after testing after testing to find one that suits you. All I can say is, yes, the YouTube algorithm can be beaten, but you will need to do a lot of trial and error before you can find that one sweet spot. Alright, hope you learned something. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.